We're in STOKE DAMEREL Churchyard now.
And what's the connection here, Phil, with Napoleon?
This gravestone.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It is. You can see these. This man was a stonemason. You can see the mason's mark there. And would you like me to read the?
Yes, please.
It says, to the memory of John Boynes, late stonemason of His Majesty's Dockyard, who was unfortunately drowned between the island and Point returning from seeing Bonaparte. And the Point, returning from seeing Bonaparte in the Sound. We can't make out the actual date, but it's July 1815, so it's got to be between the 26th of July and the end of July, 31st.
It's a beautiful work of art.
It is,
isn't it?
aged 35 years. Now, he is actually mentioned on that plaque up on the Hoe. So it tells you that he was on that ship that when he fell overboard and drowned, came out to see Napoleon.
What do you think the star in the middle represents? With
That's the Mason sign.
Yeah. Beautiful, isn't it?
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful.
They used to take their time on these monuments, stonemasons.
There's also words written around here, look.
Latin, probably.
In the midst of death. And we can't see it over here.
No.
Death again.
But because he was a stonemason, they've obviously took time to make the monument much better for him.
So,
much more pleasing.
Phil,
Yes,
this
Steve.
person must have been going out to see Napoleon.
Napoleon, either coming out or coming back. And he fell over because if you remember what we saw on the plaque, it said one day there was when that painting represented was one of the days when there were about 8,000 people crammed into boats. 8,000 people doesn't sound a lot, but when you're out in the Sound, there must have been chaos. Boats coming and going, people cheering, people moving around on the boats. So you're bound to have one accident, but one accident was all that was recorded.
Amazing.
One man drowned.
So of all those people who went to see him, only one man is recorded in history.
Yeah, as drowning.
Not
yeah,
for the best of reasons.
No.
So, Phil, what happened to the BELLEROPHON afterwards?
When it left Plymouth, it went to Torbay and it went out into the Channel and transferred its prisoner, Napoleon, to HMS Northumberland. Later on, BELLEROPHON, that was it for that ship. It'd seen all the action. It'd been in 3 major battles and about 6 other battles, smaller ones. The Battle of the Nile, Trafalgar. It was involved in the War of 1812 with the Americans. It was transferring cargo. It was escorting convoys across the Atlantic and back to Bermuda, taking supplies for soldiers and bringing wounded soldiers back. After it dropped off Napoleon, it was sent to Sheerness, where it was stripped of its guns and everything useful and used as a prison hulk. It was sent back to Portsmouth and it was used as a hulk, just a plain hulk to keep prisoners. After a few years in Portsmouth, it was brought to Plymouth for the same purpose. And actually, there's a man recorded, I forget his name now, as a notorious burglar from Devonport who was breaking into people's houses, and he was on board the BELLEROPHON when it was in Plymouth. Because a new ship had been rechristened BELLEROPHON, they had to take the name away, so they called it Captivity. And in about 1830s, it was broken up for scrap, and a lot of it was sold off. That's what happened to that one.
But there's another connection with Plymouth now, isn't there?
There is another one connection. We're going to go and have a look at it. It's at Plymstock. And I won't say no more. This is Philip Photo for Cyber Heritage.
And we'll just have a final look at this work of art here. Yeah. For those interested, it's just next to the main road.
Millbridge Road.
And there's the Millbridge pub.